Hello, boys and girls. This is Butterflies Part 2. Yesterday we left off where the caterpillar attaches itself to the under part of a leaf with the spinnerets to start to form its chrysalis. The chrysalis starts to change color, and it's hard to see inside. You can see the fine lines of the wings starting to form. And when it's about time for the butterfly to come out of the chrysalis, the casing turns clear and you can see the butterfly inside. Inside the chrysalis, an amazing change takes place. It is called metamorphosis. Metamorphosis. It's when an animal changes from one shape to another. In this case, from the baby caterpillar to an adult butterfly. First, the chrysalis turns almost clear. Then it splits open. The butterfly struggles to get out. Soon it will fly. At last, the butterfly emerges. And if you look carefully, the wings are a little bit wrinkled, and they look that way because they're still wet from all the ink that it produced to color in its wings. Once the wings are completely dry, they will flutter them and they will take off. How big? The Queen Alexandra birdwing, which lives in New Guinea, is the biggest butterfly. It has a wingspan of 12 inches. This is a ruler. That is 12 inches. Here's my plate. It is bigger than a dinner plate. So the biggest butterfly in the world, Queen Alexandra, is bigger than your dinner plate. The pygmy blue, which lives in the U.S., is the smallest butterfly. It has a wingspan of less than half an inch. This is 1 inch, half an inch. So the smallest butterfly in the world will fit on your fingernail. The smallest, the biggest. Migrating monarchs. Every year, as many as 500 million monarchs make a long, dangerous journey south. Their migration begins at the end of summer. They need to find a new home for the winter. Migration. It means to move from one area, one location to another, and is usually due to the changing seasons. Monarchs in California will head south. So as it starts to get cold, at the end of summer, these butterflies will travel south. Many monarchs head to a mountain hideaway in Mexico. They will spend the winter in a forest of fir trees. It is a perfect place to rest because the air is cool and moist. For more than 4 months, hundreds of millions of monarchs flock in the trees. The monarchs rest and wait for winter to end. So some monarch butterflies will travel from Canada all the way across the United States to Mexico to this hideaway place where it's nice and warm for them. Monarchs are long-distance travelers. It can take one monarch up to 60 days to reach his winter home. Some travel as far as 3,000 miles. That's why that butterfly looks exhausted. In the spring, monarchs begin the journey back north. Some are now more than 6 months old. This generation of monarchs lives longer than others. Most monarchs only live for about a month. Along the route, monarchs lay eggs and die. Caterpillars hatch from these eggs. The butterflies that develop continue the trip. A monarch caterpillar crawls on milkweed, its favorite food. So remember earlier we read about that the egg will be placed on the plants that they like to eat, and this monarch caterpillar loves to eat milkweed. And here is a close-up of what the eggs look like. They look like tiny jelly beans. It is summertime. Northern areas are once again filled with monarchs. These are the great-great-grandchildren of the butterflies that made the long journey to Mexico. Soon it will be time for monarchs to head south. How do they know their way? Scientists are working to find the answer. So butterflies know to travel all the way down to Mexico, to the hideaway place in Mexico, without a map, without GPS, without asking Google. It's all in their brain. Hail to the monarchs. Chip Taylor thinks monarchs rule. He is a scientist who studies insects. The monarch migration is one of the world's wonders, says Taylor. This butterfly weighs less than a paper clip, but it can fly for 2 months. Taylor is the director of Monarch Watch. Each year, thousands of volunteers tag almost 100,000 monarchs. Number stickers are carefully placed on butterflies' wings. Volunteers must be gentle. They place this little sticker on the wing so they can track with computers where this butterfly has gone. If you find a tagged butterfly, report it to Monarch Watch. The information will help scientists learn more about monarchs and their long journey. And guess what? I'm stopping right here. Tomorrow will be part 3. So I need you to think about what we read today and think about 3 facts. Record them and log them on to Seesaw. Can't wait to see. Well, actually, I can't wait to hear what you learned. See you tomorrow.